Anton Gage stood on the balcony of his suite on the 24th floor of the Holiday Inn, Chiraga Tower, gazing out across the Mediterranean Sea. Despite being situated in one of the city's tallest buildings, the three-star hotel was a considerable step down for the man who had, barely a year before, ranked among the world's wealthiest. While he could have afforded better, even with his means now severely restricted, the Holiday Inn supplied a degree of anonymity that kept him well below the FBI's radar. From his vantage near the top of the tower, Gage could see the cityscape spread out before him to the north and west, and, beyond that, the darker expanse of the bay, dotted with the lights of vessels, some moving, others at anchor. Farther out, 300 kilometers to the north, well beyond the horizon, lay the island of Majorca, where he had flushed out his pursuers, confirming the report that they were closing in on him. It had almost been too easy, he thought. He was able to bait them without ever personally setting foot on the island. Maybe I gave the FBI more credit than they deserve. Clean-shaven, with his hair dyed black and styled in a rather ordinary Ivy League cut, Gage now bore little resemblance to the body double who had impersonated him in the Majorca villa earlier that day. Even Matthew Red would have been hard-pressed to pick him out of a lineup. He felt no satisfaction at having outwitted the FBI agents. Living on the run was quickly burning through what was left of his hidden fortune and, even worse, exhausting the limited supply of favors he was owed by influential people. Maintaining the status quo was not a sustainable solution. He needed a win. He continued looking out from the balcony, scanning the dark water until he saw a new set of lights moving above the sea. One red, one green, getting brighter as the aircraft headed landward. Gage watched its progress for several more minutes until he could distinguish the dull roar of the helicopter's dual turboshaft engines and the rapid thump of its rotor blades beating the air into submission. Only then did he turn away, heading back inside the unremarkably functional interior. The noise of the helicopter's approach continued to grow louder as the aircraft entered the space directly above the tower and set down on the rooftop, whereupon the noise of the engine ceased, followed shortly thereafter by the buffeting of the rotor blades. Several more minutes passed before a knock came at the door of Gage's room. He quickly went to open it and found two people waiting on the other side, an attractive blonde woman in an immaculate red business suit and a tall, uber-fit male attired in a navy blue polo shirt and khaki cargo pants. Without waiting for permission, the latter pushed inside and began purposefully inspecting every room of the suite. Less than 30 seconds later, he returned to the entrance and nodded to the woman who, in turn, tapped the discreet Bluetooth device in her right ear and said, "All clear." Then, as abruptly as they had come, the pair stepped back into the hallway. Gage, who had not moved a muscle or uttered a word, remained where he was, patiently waiting until another man stepped through the doorway. The newcomer's confident stride faltered a little when he laid eyes on Gage, evidently surprised by the dramatic change to Gage's appearance. For his part, Gage would have recognized the other man anywhere, even if they had not been more than casual acquaintances. His face, bespectacled, bookish, some would say nerdy and they would not be wrong, appeared regularly on the covers of Forbes and Fortune, as well as Wired and PC Magazine. The one-time CEO of one of the world's most successful personal computing products empires, he had more than once claimed the title of the richest man alive. And even after losing much of his fortune in the acrimonious and very public divorce, he still ranked in the top 5. He was also a member of a secretive cabal of men, 12 men, dedicated to solving global problems through direct actions, and it was in that capacity that he was paying a visit to Anton Gage, who was also one of their number. Gage had been waiting for this meeting for more than a year. "Thanks for coming," Gage began, but the other man raised a hand to silence him. "I don't have a lot of time to waste here," the man said, "so I'll keep this short. We met yesterday to discuss what to do with you." Gage felt a chill go down his spine. You have to at least give me a chance to defend myself." The man regarded him sourly. "We don't have to do any such thing. After your spectacular failure, the only chance you deserve is to voluntarily fall on your sword." He paused a beat. "However, this is uncharted territory. We've never faced a debacle of this magnitude. The matter was put to a vote, and we were unable to reach a unanimous verdict as outlined in the bylaws, so for the time being, you remain one of us. That said, given your somewhat reduced influence on the world stage, you're going to have to earn your way back into our good graces."